Good morning! It's just me again. When I start streaming these, does the title play at the right time, or does it just get cut off on the actual live thing? It always looks like it just gets cut off. Anyway, hi. Allison's in bed and hopefully will be joining us soon. I have notified her that I was starting. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, how are you guys all doing? It looks like we got our usuals here. Looks like everybody was able to make it. Good to see everybody. Feel free to ping her. I do think her Discord is on, or her phone notification noise is on. Autumn just started work. That sucks. I'm sorry that you have to do that. Jordan says feed her caffeine. I can't even do caffeine because she has it gives her like anxiety and stomach problems, much like anything. Allison's body does not accept food or sustenance. It's all just poison for some reason. Phoenix says he was watching AEW wrestling, but I'm happy to drop that to see you guys. So thank you for making that sacrifice. Munivi says I gotta self-isolate because my sister has COVID, so binging podcast time. Hello, hi Munivi. That's sucky. Sorry, that's really God. I can't believe we're still gonna do stuff like that at this point in time. I did pay my nails again. Allison has helped me pretty much every time. I haven't actually done it myself yet, but it said to try white this time. I think it's kind of cool. We were talking about going and doing like an actual like salon nail painting or a salon nail day soon. We almost did yesterday. It's been not like super exciting or eventful around here. I've just been trying to enjoy normal days, but we do have some plans for a couple of a couple of our personal side channels that I was kind of figured we could talk about with Allison here, but she's not. So just to give, I guess just sort of a preview, maybe we'll talk about it more when she gets here. Since we sold our house recently, we were trying to come up with a way to like. How do we use, like, I'm not good with money or numbers or anything, and the only reason I ever want money is just to not have to think about money anymore. So the logical thing to do if you, like, make a little chunk of money is to try and use that to, I guess, return more money later so that you have, like, passive income or something. But I don't know what a stock is or anything like that. But I do know how to make YouTube channels, so the idea that we came up with is we take a little bit of what we made off the house, and we each pay for an editor for this channel, and more like that one video, that commentary video we made, and then on my end I would have people edit some VFX stuff for the Doormaster Studio channel. And then we would have regular content coming out on those. So we're probably going to do that. So you guys can actually expect more commentary videos coming out here on the Anti-Establishment Cottage channel. Probably pretty soon. Most likely edited by Ethan, who's great. And we'll probably end up having 2 of those a month pretty reliably, because we'll have somebody who's actually able to edit them. The only thing is that like Allison has never liked editing or anything. And I have very burnt out on editing from doing it for years and years and years, which is why we haven't really released much on those side channels. But we really want to. We want to turn them into full-blown content-producing channels as well, but we would like to do the parts that we enjoy doing and not the parts we don't enjoy doing. So yeah, that's the plan. Good morning.
Chat is roasting me. How dare you? How dare you?
Hey, Rustage is here.
No.
Haven't seen him in a while. Just in time. Good job. Okay, he showed up. How's it going, Rusted? It's good to see you. Ideally, we're hoping the Rustage will be able to actually come visit here in person sometime like next year, and we can actually get him in some videos. Just in time for what? Just in time for Allison also showing up 10 minutes late.
You know what? Everybody else wake up and take a photo of themselves the second they wake up. Send it in the Discord. I'll roast you back. We'll all get roasted. Preferably with a large screen in front of your face immediately.
I warned you 15 minutes early.
I have a tummy ache.
You always have a tummy ache.
Damn, I thought that would work.
I'm sympathetic, it's just not a new thing.
I know, I thought it's that time. This time it would work.
If you would like to continue waking up, my plan, if you weren't going to show up, my plan was going to be to boot up the Valheim server and show them how much progress we've made.
Oh, are we talking to people about stocks? I thought you were like a sex phone worker.
What? Why did you think that?
He said he talked to Americans on the phone about, I don't know, he said something that made me think that's what happened.
If you used descriptions of either of those jobs without any actual descriptive words, they would sound fairly similar.
Yeah.
So, that makes sense.
I just wasn't gonna judge. I was like, that's...
Emma says, I'm still in bed. We look the same right now.
Emma's here to represent, dude. Thank you, Emma. Emma gets it. Rustage is too nice to me. He's always been too nice. Rustage has always been too nice to us. I know he's here, but like, we love Rustage.
We don't deserve that.
Anyway, what was I gonna say? I had the one thing. Come back around in like 15 minutes.
All right, sounds good.
See if I got something.
And I'm sure you noticed, but I was just finishing up telling them what we were planning to do with the other channels. So we have a couple of videos already recorded for basically Allison will be like content managing this channel, and then I will be content managing Door Monster Studio, where I'll be doing VFX related stuff.
Rustage, I think you're the only one who convinced Carl to watch anime, and so I think that because that's true, it's your sworn duty.
I think you're right. I think he's the one that finally convinced me to watch Full Metal Alchemist, because we started watching it on that trip in
Not
England,
me,
remember?
Not his wife. It's not me that did that. It's all you, buddy. So anyway, recommend a new one, because I like anime, mostly.
I don't still, but I've liked some of them.
I like anime. What else have you watched? Absolutely nothing. He's watched nothing. He doesn't...
I liked Full Metal. I liked Death Note. Surely that's not it, right? There was at least one other one.
There was one more. What's the other good...
Oh, Attack on Titan. We watched that together, and it was freaking amazing. So yeah, if there's anything in those... So far, my only point of reference is that if it's actually about the Holocaust, that means it's good.
Okay. I think that... Okay. Alright. Vinland Saga. Deal, dude.
Historical fiction about Vikings in England. That would be interesting.
That sounds
I didn't know they did historical fiction in anime. I didn't know that was a thing. That actually sounds kind of interesting. Cowboy Bebop has been suggested a lot. It just doesn't... everything about it seems like it should click with me. It just never does. I've tried it several times.
Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah.
I actually think he would like it a lot. It's
I've tried.
I have a hard time getting into it. No, but you've tried with me. And
I tried before you too. That was like years ago. I tried that one on Ian's recommendation and couldn't get into it.
It is definitely like the one, but I couldn't get past episode 1. I don't like westerns.
I also haven't. Minabe's asking about My Hero. I haven't. I
like My Hero.
I very much did not enjoy My Hero when I first tried it. I'm gonna try it again with Allison starting later in the series.
Okay. Yeah.
Because it's so anime. It's far the things I guess the things that like I generally have trouble with anime are pacing stuff. So if they take way too long to do a really simple task, that's difficult. And I think
unless it's a cool task.
Included in that is like repeatedly showing me stuff that happened like 5 minutes ago. My Hero is a very huge, My Hero is a big perpetrator of both of these things. They will like re-show the same clips from the pilot over and over and over again, while the main character inner monologues about how difficult it is for him to do freaking anything.
He hates the inner monologue, dude.
I don't even hate the inner monologue. I hate the inner monologue of the truly pathetic, miserable ball of slime character that for some reason they will go with so often in these shows. Like if the main character were just pretty much any other character in My Hero and they got rid of Deku, I'm only speaking from the perspective of like the first season, I would be so much more immediately into it. But he's so annoying. I just can't deal with like the constant whining thing either. And then also, if your women aren't humans, it just takes me out of it, and that's obviously a fairly common thing.
I kind of like Demon Slayer. The weird thing about Demon Slayer though is that it's just like some guy doing stuff with narration. Actually, I
haven't disliked Demon Slayer so far.
It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's just
not,
like. You guys should watch Steins Gate.
Who else always recommends that one?
John.
Is that a John one?
That's John's favorite. Alright, done. We're gonna start with your Viking one, then we're gonna go watch Steins Gate. I believe in you. I have heard that Steins Gate doesn't do the things that we don't like.
So I want to specify, just because it's anime and I realize that like not being human is a pretty common literal condition of the characters. When I say the females aren't human, I mean that they are instead blow-up sex dolls written by someone who has never talked to a woman in their entire life. And I can't deal with those characters. So if it has one of those, it's probably going to be difficult. For example, Ricky showed us I'm blanking, Gurren Lagann. Which I actually liked in pretty much every way until the main female character showed up, and it was too distracting, and I just couldn't get. We finished the first season, and I couldn't keep going.
I think Gurren Lagann is really good around the one female character, but both of us do have a hard time being raging feminists and watching it and being like, has anyone ever talked to a woman? Like, was anyone like, have any of these people ever just, like, known one?
Rustage says, in my opinion, Demon Slayer's story is really average, but the animation is amazing and carries it.
Really
That's sort of
nice.
what I got from it, too. It was like, it wasn't offensive story-wise, it just wasn't interesting, but it's fun to just, like, you know, pretty lights and colors, and it looks very good. The actual movement is animated very well. He also recommended the volleyball one. Which I was kind of interested in because I've heard other people recommend the volleyball one.
We did watch the first episode. Did you watch the first episode?
No, I didn't watch it with you.
I watched the first episode. I think Kyle will like that as well, actually. Yeah. Yeah. I also think he'll like My Hero. I'm
willing to try it again.
We're in a good place we started the first time.
Allison says that if you skip over some of the opening repetitiveness, it's a little bit. She watched the whole thing and liked it, so I'm curious to try it one more time.
Phoenix Rising says, honestly, at best, I talk to like 2 women. Even then, my caveman brain has no idea what it's doing. That's fine. Just don't write about them.
Right. It's good to acknowledge that and maybe, you know, apply it to your career if that's your job. Emma's leaving. Bye, Emma.
Bye, Emma. Anyway, I have a list now. I'm gonna try it with him. I do think you'll like My Hero. My Hero is just good. It's just good.
We'll see. The little bit of experience I have with it is not good.
But you know what? It's also
but it's
bad.
Also the very beginning.
My Hero is also bad. And if you can't admit that, you don't really like My Hero. It's a little bad, y'all. But you know, I think the thing I'm learning about anime is that it's kind of bad at a lot of things, and that's kind of the like mildly endearing part of it.
Yeah. I think My Hero is the kind of bad too. I think I mentioned before where I felt like I could just take My Hero into Premiere and edit it into a better version of itself pretty easily, even the opening episodes.
If you think about it, though, there's very few things, very few pieces of media that couldn't be made better. They could always be made better.
Yeah.
For what was presented.
Any art could be like. Well, I mean, there's enough subjectivity to it that anybody could, claim that it could be improved too.
True. A lot of anime is like Marvel movies, in my opinion. That was a good thing to say. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I get that. I completely understand that. I'm never trying to claim anime is objectively bad. My only intent is saying, like, I don't like it most of the time, and these are the reasons why. Because it does certain things that are sticking points for me.
Kerrigan says, anime is not supposed to be good, it's supposed to be interesting. And I find that to be very true. Which is that not necessarily is it great, but it does all the things I wish other media would do.
Yeah, that's true.
It has more interesting stories and characters.
It does do a lot of unique stuff that you just don't see otherwise. So I will say, when anime is good, it's really good. And it's, like, really uniquely good. In ways that other things just aren't, because I'm not used to seeing things made outside of America. We watched Squid Game, obviously, because everybody has, and even that was like, it just does stuff that American media doesn't. Just little subtle things on, like, how they set up the shots and how they pace the story and things like that are just different. Not bad, different, and they're
also like Odd Taxi. It's a very low-key mystery story.
That sounds kind of familiar. I've heard so many titles, but I don't have anything to, like, any images to put them to. It's also always nice when there is a distinct visual to the show, because so much of anime blends into one look, to me. Like, if you, like, anybody drawing a generic anime character, I don't know, they just kind of, there's a lot of them that just kind of look the same. Like, My Hero has a distinct look, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Like, if you see one of those characters in a lineup of anime characters without necessarily being familiar with anime characters, they stand out still. Because I think they're drawn in a more, like, a little bit more of a stylized,
weirdly,
comic-booky.
I actually think you would really like One Piece. I just have no idea how to get
I don't know
you
if I
into
could
One
get
Piece.
too much. Just the knowledge of how much there is, I'm not sure I could.
You don't have to finish it, but I do think you would like it. Probably. You know what?
Maybe.
You know what? I only watched One Piece when I was a very small child.
I think Kid Me would have probably loved One Piece. I don't think I could get into it now.
That might be true.
Elf for Light asked about One Punch Man. I've seen one episode of One Punch Man, and it was actually funny. I would be interested in watching that one.
Is that the bald guy?
Yeah. So it makes fun of anime also.
Look it up. I want to see.
I believe it is like a parody of itself kind of thing. Because the whole joke is that, like, he's too strong because he's the protagonist.
One Piece is my favorite, but I always recommend the manga over the anime. That's what Rustage said.
Oh, okay. Oop. There we go. This is One Punch Man.
As he's not supposed to look anime. I assume everyone around him looks anime.
I think he switches back and forth. Like, sometimes he looks like this, but sometimes he looks like this.
Amazing.
I saw one episode, and I didn't know anime at the time, and it was still funny. So.
Let me see all the characters.
Okay.
See if it can pass the first test.
Right.
This is my very first test, which is
Jeez.
How many women have clothes?
Which one of these pictures accurately represents the cast? I can't even tell, because, like, this one's pretty dense.
You can usually kind of just tell. I think she's got clothes on.
I think you might be right. The least clothes I see are on men in this image.
Who's that handsome dude?
Which one?
The one, that one.
This guy with the eyes?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, he seems
handsome. Very handsome. Okay,
this
so
must be fun for anybody who actually watches the show.
There's the one girl, right?
It does seem like there might be the girl character. Which also isn't great, but as long as she's, okay, then it's an improvement.
Wait, what? Is this right?
This is like I assume these are... Wait, are these all One Punch characters, or are these different characters from different... Yeah, these must be.
Why is she the size of a 12-year-old?
I don't know. That
Mob
happens.
Psycho may be a shout too. It's written by the same person as One Punch Man, but it has a lot of heart. I'm gonna go back and start making a list because I'm ready for some anime.
This whole chat will be saved, thankfully.
Anime.
Backdoor says there's weirdly a lot of male nudity in One Punch Man. Russ actually sent us a list to start with.
Nudity is not the same as characters being sexualized all the time.
Sorry.
Nudity doesn't bother me like poor characters do. Like, poorly done characters bother me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you can have really good characters.
Well, it should make sense.
They can be naked a lot.
If it doesn't make sense, you should learn why it doesn't make sense. I think that's the problem.
Teach them.
It doesn't make sense to the people who write the show. There isn't a difference between those two things.
Actually, I think that's the other thing. Kyle has watched, I think, anime only written by women.
Right, Russ just said haiku is written by women, if that helps. It literally always helps.
Yeah.
It is one of the biggest helping things for anime.
I'm very, very sorry about this. I liked haiku just fine, but I think the main character looked like a bug. And it's very hard
it's the one with that eye style that you're not a fan of, right?
It looks perpetually like that camera angle on anime where they put it like right here and then your eyes start like separating. Look up the main character of Haiku.
Okay.
Not to ruin it for everyone, but I thought the main character looked too much like a bug. And it was very hard for me to get through.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, like this boy here?
Why does he look like that? I think he looks kind of weird, y'all. I mean, like, now just imagine him, like, animated, though.
I don't think it would. I think I could get past that, probably. I don't think it would bother me as much.
Why does he look like a bug?
I don't know.
Keep going down. I want to see if they have, like, an image of him, like, being active. Actually, these all make him look pretty normal.
Yeah, these make him look okay.
Look over here. Let me see. Keep scrolling. He looks very happy in all these photos. I do not remember him being happy in the first one. He's a very determined young boy.
Says that's on purpose. It's supposed to be like a bird. I don't know why that would be the case.
Well, now I'm kind of interested that you said it was on purpose.
Krell says they all look like humanized praying mantises.
Yes!
That's very true.
Keep going. Keep scrolling down. You're only looking at like 30 images.
We have to be careful about doom scrolling on Google image searches on a live stream, especially when searching anime characters.
Go up. A little more. Alright, stops. Okay, he looks less like a bug than I remember.
Okay.
But everyone kind of looks like a bug. It's just a very interesting style.
Yeah.
That it was very jarring to me.
I'm kind of interested in it just because it seems to be, as far as I can tell, who knows, but it seems to be just about volleyball, which is pretty low-key for an anime, so I'm kind of curious.
Kyle likes really mundane concepts with very unmundane characters.
No, opposite. Generally, I usually like the very wild and fantastical world with really mundane things happening in it.
That's right.
Like the Avengers hanging out in a bar, basically, is like the go-to example of what that is, or what we do in the shadows.
Yeah, I think Kyle will like this a lot. Backdoor says Allison turns out sees everyone as bugs. What if that's true? What if I have like a predisposition to think people just look like buggy?
You're so on alert for rogue bugs at any time. It messes up your view of the world.
There was someone forever ago who said that like you either look like a bird or a rat. Like you're one of those two types of people.
Bird or rodent. You're one of them. It wasn't just rats because there were different types of rodents.
You're right. It was birds or rodents. Which one do you think I'd be? I think I'm a rodent.
More than bird, probably, yeah. If those are the only two options, you're probably in the rodent category.
I have the nose.
You do have the nose, but I don't know if that's not like a bird one.
Damn.
You don't have the bird face either.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you look like a bird or a rat. Rodent. Sorry. Squirrel, whatever.
Well, you know, it was just some person on TikTok said it, so...
It has to do with just, like, facial space. Spatial spacing, I think.
Spatial spacing.
Spatial spacing. Spatial spacing? Wait, they both work. Wait. Wait, did they both work?
No.
No.
Spatial facing means nothing.
You're right. Wait, does
Facing is not a verb. Well, no, it is, I guess. But it doesn't make sense in the context of the thing you said. Wiz says everyone has their Discord name and YouTube name matched up. Now I feel like I have to do the same. That's a good point. It never even occurred to me that everybody, like, very intentionally must have matched their names up.
Major out here with Weed Wiz 420.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I had no idea. Has he been here the whole time?
No. You remember seeing Weed Wiz every day?
No, I don't.
Nah, that's new.
How do you know that? How did you know then?
Secrets. Big secrets.
You have a supplier I don't know about?
They all look like bugs.
Small said I have this account specifically for this show. Let's see. I'm gonna do the thing I originally planned to do where I show what we changed in the Valheim servers, but you keep talking to chat while I do that.
That's what we're doing?
Mm-hmm.
Do they want to see that?
That's what I was gonna do before when you were late and not gonna show up.
But I'm here.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't have much to talk about as I feel very asleep.
If you want to suggest something else, you can go for it.
Ursa, hey, I'm angry about stuff. Do you want to be angry about stuff? Always. Always ready to be angry about stuff.
We did. We played Valheim back when it first came out on the nighttime on Okay We're Up Late stream. And I'm not gonna like play it right now. I just wanted to kind of re-show the village we were in because I think we showed it at the time. And we've occasionally we've returned. We just do like big Valheim days. With it's mostly just me. It's us, Matt, and Kate sometimes. And Thomas has been in it once.
This game is so pretty, dude. So pretty. Haldor.
Yes. I guess
Kyle's first character was Treebeard.
Treebeard. So we have
Wait,
I think
you're not gonna click on the OK We're Up Late?
No, that's the one that we played on the stream a while ago, I think. Remember?
There is one inherent flaw to this game that makes it almost unplayable, unfortunately. And
What's that?
Everything else, it's the fucking stamina bar. Whose idea was that?
It was actually one of the things I praised about it when we first started. I think some adjustments should be made, and I think some adjustments were made in the wrong direction in the new update is the issue.
Two.
We ran into so we tried to fight the big dragon boss and lost very badly the last time we played. So we've been taking a break to regroup.
Oh, I need someone to show Ursa's comment.
Oh.
Ursa says, Immigration Service AI is the most passive-aggressive bitch on the face of the earth. The fact that Immigration Service has, like, an AI pisses me the fuck off.
Yeah, there's so much to be mad about packed into that sentence.
Ursa says, I've not played this at all. Is it good? It's so
good. We love
dude.
it. I completely forgot to turn the server off last time, so all of our lights are out.
Okay.
But it looks like it's morning. It's a beautiful morning. So this is the castle, which I spent forever building.
Oh.
And this is my prize.
Backdoor said, say hi to Addison. It's their first time catching the stream live.
Hi, Addison.
Hello, Addison. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Pretty much every time we're sorry, though.
Rasha says, I have no friends. You have us, bro. We'll play this with you all day long, dude.
Honestly, yeah, legitimately, yeah.
I need you to know that I've wasted more time on this than probably eating. I put more time and effort into this game than I do into eating, and that doesn't mean anything for you.
We make it a whole event. We get Matt on. We order like hearty Viking food from DoorDash when we snuggle in somewhere in the house, and we spend literally the whole day doing this.
That's all we do.
And we've made it pretty far. We don't like burn through games the way some people do. I'm sure a lot of people have finished the game forever ago. We are on Dragon Boss, who apparently got made more difficult in the last update, so go us, you know. Good timing for us.
Is one just able to hop on in partway?
Yeah, actually. We could probably bring you in here pretty easy.
As long as the server is open, anyone can join with the password. It's like Minecraft.
And I love the building in this game, I think more than any other game.
It's not quite like Minecraft. I remember Minecraft being very difficult. You just go to the server. You have to be friends on Steam. You both have to be online, and then you just...
Oh no, as someone who had to deal with the setting up a Minecraft server back when that technology was first released, this is so much easier.
Yeah, you just hop the fuck in.
All of our lights have burnt out because I left this open without anybody on the server for a long time. I forgot. Remember we left it open for Kate the last time?
Oh my god.
And I never turned it back on. Oh hey, our door's broken.
Why is our door broken?
Someone has breached the gates.
Or you just wait until morning to show them all the fun stuffs?
I was hoping it was gonna. I thought it was morning. Apparently it wasn't. So I might go skip it to daytime.
Did you just say you thought it was morning?
Yeah.
You could skip it to daytime?
Well, you can sleep.
Oh, yeah, okay. Sorry guys. I wish I had something to talk about.
Your chat manager.
I had a dream that in our bedroom we have a curtain that divides half of the room because our room is too big and we are just simple people who don't need extremely large rooms. And so we have a curtain to make it a tinier room. And I had a dream that, and I plugged a Sensi thing in. I had a dream it was going to catch the curtain on fire, but I had the dream like 7 times. So I simply just did not sleep. I had a constant like anxiety buzz all night.
That sucks. I'm very sorry.
Isn't it the worst?
Man,
Wait.
everything is out except for Matt's bus headlights. What did he make? How are they doing that?
Wait, they're blue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know you could have blue fire in the game.
Blue burning iron torch using Grey Dwarf
He used
eyes.
torches for iron?
Yeah, we have iron torches in the castle too.
But they're...
Iron for torches, I assume, is what she meant, in case anybody in chat was confused.
What did I say?
Don't worry about it.
The most important question I'm pondering is, did someone take the homicidal business lady to Monster Prom? Nope.
I don't think anybody ever has gotten to yet.
No. I think Kate probably would have succeeded. That makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. She definitely wanted to.
Phoenix Rising says, I dreamt that there was a plug socket that kept catching fire every time I put it out with water, and I kept remembering to turn it off before throwing water at it. The fire keeps going out too. Anxiety dreams are the worst.
Yeah.
Actually, I regularly, when I'm just like, you know, a little bit off, have extremely vivid wasp dreams. It's the worst, dude, where I'm just like chased by a bunch of wasps.
That is pretty awful. I'm very sorry that you have to deal with that.
Even that's out?
Yeah.
How long did you leave this thing open for?
Like overnight.
Bruh! You should go and say hi to the
bonfire's
dragon
been out.
that's ready to fucking murder us. We actually, like, I've never done this before. No, I have done this many times. I don't know what I'm saying. We started a boss, and then we couldn't finish, so we left. Kicked our fucking ass,
Yeah.
dude. It absolutely wrecked us.
We were able to like take care of pretty much any of the other bosses in this game, and we tried fighting the dragon, and the end result was our entire mountain base was destroyed, and we ran away crying.
Yeah, I mean, like, crying. We were sad, dude. I think Matt will never play the game again.
Alright, there we go. I can make it daytime now.
Probably shouldn't have eaten a whole piece as late as I did.
That's probably true.
That's probably true.
It wasn't even that late, though.
I didn't finish. I ate my pizza for about like 6 hours, though. Like 1 piece an hour kind of shit.
Completely out of resin also, which means I can't turn most of the lights back on.
Watch it be a fog day.
A fog day. It actually looks pretty good. Alright, so this is our village. I don't remember what it looked like last time we showed you. It probably looked much smaller with less buildings and worse roads. But yeah, if anybody hasn't seen the game before, you start off just sort of like real basic. You have all of your your basic starting gear, and you just have to, you punch your tree and work your way up the way you do in most of these games.
This game is so beautiful.
But it really is, it's a really good, it's a testament to how, like, lighting and atmosphere is more important to making the game look good than textures, because none of the textures are high resolution. Like, there's nothing impressive about this. This looks like a RuneScape character, like, this is...
I think it's kind of hot. But that's a good point, which is that you really just have to have an outline of hot to know that it's hot, right? Like look at his face again. All the important things have been done.
That's true.
Despite me
human
literally
brain will
counting
fill in
pixels.
Everything else. You just have to.
I think they updated him though. He looks a little bit more.
Think so?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they... I haven't actually noticed any graphic updates. I think they just added a bunch of stuff. These are our bees.
You think Vikings had, like, the little fox things on their shoulders for, like, friends? Like, just for, like, someone to talk to.
That's kind of weird. This is known as Beef House. It was Bee House. It got changed to Beef House. I don't know why that's what it is now. Also, inside his maps, not beef. So this is a new thing from the update where you can copy each other's maps, which is good because that was a thing that was sorely needed for a while. This is Matt's house. It's a bus. He built a wooden Viking bus.
Literally built a bus.
Which is amazing. His fire that warms the house is down here, so that Bussy? What? Oh, it says Bussy.
It says Bussy.
Anyway, yeah, so the smoke comes out of the open, the open engine.
Matt is such a fucking hipster that he made a bus in a Viking video.
Also, it has, the bus is also our distillery. This is our meadery.
You did a good job on the bus. It's very roomy. It's a loft style.
Ooh, big soup. I won't take his good soup.
You need to just keep your grubby fingers off other people's soups, dude.
This is the inside of his house.
Soup stealing.
Looks like somebody died over here.
No.
Oh no, he just must have dumped all this stuff.
It's a nice looking bus.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That's a big bus, actually, if you think about how big
yeah,
that
this
bus
is massive. It's like a tour bus. And then that weird thing is also from the update. It's like an incinerator. You put stuff in it, and then I guess Thor himself strikes it with a lightning bolt and destroys everything. This is the oldest building in the village, is this workshop. It started as the front part, and then we added the second part later. And this is where we have all of our, this is where we craft stuff. We got our smelteries in here. We got our giant working stations for making and repairing tools. The little sparkles
are so good, dude.
Yeah. Everything visually, the way the game design here is beautiful, honestly. Like, it's very well done pretty much every way. We have some complaints after having played it for a long time and getting annoyed at a particular boss. I'm actually not that upset about what happened with the dragon. It was the most cinematically perfect loss I've ever experienced in a video game. So it is honestly still just a praise for me.
I wish we had recorded it like...
Yeah, me too.
I didn't even get to participate. I died early, couldn't get my stuff back, and then at some point I'm just like chilling in the house, and then the house just like crashes down to the ground because the dragon attacked it, and it's just me. It's just like Kyle and Matt going back and forth like, do this, you gotta hit it over here, and everybody move, and then you just hear me like, ah! Ah! Not the house!
This is mine and Allison's house. We have one together. We have a nice little porch. And then this is our whole inside with, unfortunately you can't share a bed as a character, so this is my bed, and this is Allison's bed.
Guess whose decision that was?
The one who made the big bed with the materials they gathered. And then we have our little table thing, and then our upstairs loft area with some additional storage. Oh, and
I think it needs more lighting.
My old weapons. More lighting?
Yeah.
Like lights?
No. Like lights, like windows.
Like windows, okay. We can probably add more windows at some point. We have this. I like this little like slanted window here. That's fun.
The roof is too short, my dude.
What do you mean the roof is too short?
The roof is too short.
It's perfectly so. Look at the roof compared to this guy. It is the perfectly fine roof size.
It's too tall. It's too short. Too short.
This man is also probably like 6'5".
Good.
We have this. Oh, this is also an old building. This is the dining hall. Oh crap! I burned all my food.
Oh. Embarrassing, dude.
Iron cooking station is new, which is fun. This is where we keep our food.
Take all your clothes off. They're holding you back.
They're making me move too slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can I'll switch down to my work outfit, which is just pants. Pants and my strongman belt. And then this is the storage center that Allison built, which was sorely needed at the time, and has proven to be very helpful.
That's a lot of storage.
It's great. We don't have to worry about making new chests ever again.
This shit is done.
How is my sword is just like, it's so cold that my sword is just stuck to my back skin.
Ew, I hate that idea. Like, imagine just like pulling it. Have you ever licked a cold pull? Like, were you ever?
No, I watched the movies. I knew not to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
And that never made you want to do it a little? Like,
No.
to see if it was true, if it was just movies?
I wasn't that kind of kid.
Really?
Yeah.
I also didn't do it.
This does make me a bit faster. And then we got, this is Kate's house.
Kate's been working on it for a
while. Which I think,
though.
yeah, she's been working on it for a bit. Ooh, it looks much nicer than it was when I was in here.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a lock.
That's looking great.
It's open.
Yeah.
Open layout.
Sweet.
I don't even know if you guys know.
Oh, it's got like a fire, like a chimney that goes through the whole. That's smart.
Sick, dude.
It heats up the cauldron and goes up to the upper floor.
Damn, dude.
The thing, you have to actually path the smoke out of the house too, or you will suffocate and die. You can't just light a fire indoors and be fine, which is which I like. I love the building rules in the game. I think they did a really good job, and also things aren't snapped to a grid. If you've ever played like survival games where you've had to they've given you options, but there's only so many ways you can combine them. You pretty much have free reign to do whatever you want, as long as the thing you're putting down can be physically supported by something else, which is pretty cool.
GB says, a wise man learns from his mistakes. A wiser man learns from others' mistakes. Yeah, my dad literally started saying that when I was about 7. And I want you to know that I was 7.
I've always paid a lot of attention to other people's mistakes. I will say, sometimes making your own, just to add an addendum to that, making your own mistakes is sometimes more valuable. So, as someone who avoided many mistakes, just so that I didn't have to deal with them, wouldn't always necessarily recommend avoiding stuff.
Where's our boat?
Looks gone, so that's annoying. It hasn't been before.
'Cause you left the game. You left the game.
But why would that change it? It's been perfectly okay up until this point.
Because we closed the game.
Ugh, Jesus.
You broke the boat.
Look, there's a bunch of fish walked right up here.
The wisest man doesn't make mistakes at all. The wisest man is a woman. I'm taking no criticisms.
Who threw a bunch of food out here?
This fucker. Get him. Punch him. That was not a punch.
It was just a sharp punch.
How dare you.
This is our dock, which is also very impressive, and generally protects the boat within it without any issue.
It's a huge boat.
This is some kind of temple or something, like a church that you and Matt built, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty neat. I like it.
Autumn says, Allison is sexist? No, I just don't like women. I mean men. Which one did I mean?
Which one did I mean? And this is the castle, which I spent a very large portion of in-game time constructing once we had defeated the previous boss. Was this done before or after the swamp? I think we started making this like...
What? What are you asking me?
The castle. I just can't remember when I made it.
Oh, God.
It's been here for a bit now, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm very proud of it. It's been really fun playing this game and like building into the surrounding like landscape and having to like use what was just kind of what was there.
Fill it with bees.
Fill it with bees. What, the castle?
I think the church.
Oh, the church. Yeah, okay. We could.
Wait, why did that make make more sense to you?
Because of the buzz or whatever, the bees. You named them bees.
Yeah, you guys are my little bees.
And these are our 4 thrones because there are 4 of us.
Mine's the biggest.
They're all identical. They're all exactly the same.
That's actually very cool. I think Small says how much of that time was moving stone. Kyle didn't move any of the stone. It was all me.
It's thankfully a group activity. It's kind of fun. There are carts in the game, so you can load up the carts, and then you can
you literally carry around.
And then you can
like,
drag them around with you to transport heavy materials.
They get heavier and they break as you walk around with them.
It really simulates that frustration of manual labor.
Yes, it does.
But it makes it very rewarding when things are done too.
I've never done manual labor, so I don't know what that's like.
All the metal stuff we've done, like it has created folk tales, like that one time where I built a road across the continent while dragging loads of copper. Like I believe our east to west road was built folk tale style by me.
This is a very relaxing morning. I wish I had some coffee and could just watch you play Valheim.
It is very nice.
Valheim is such a fucking good vibe, dude.
Yeah.
It's the best vibe, man.
And
Look how glowy you are. Wow.
Yeah, it's very glowy. And this roofing is its own whole thing. I love how the smoke always comes out the top of the buildings.
That's cute. That's cute as fuck.
It makes the whole place just look and feel alive. And then this is our portal tower. Kate built this.
Yeah, Kate did a great job here.
And they all lead to...
Look at her fashionable roof. That's like my favorite part.
Yeah, the roof is super cool.
This is such a good job.
And they all lead to our other locations.
She made a circle with rectangles, y'all.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
The next coolest thing would have been our mountain cabin, but it is gone.
Our mountain. Oh, rip. Let's go visit it anyway.
There was the Elder Keep, which for a while we lived here instead, because we basically had to. So we picked a spot for our village, but you have to go to different places to like create materials, and it makes you not able to teleport metals. I guess because teleporters are magnetic and it would mess them up or something. And so you have to go and establish like outposts to keep building stuff, which is really fun because we end up building these entire other structures, and then eventually returning with our spoils to the village and then improving the village. And this was the one when we were doing the Black Forest no, we had already done the Black Forest. This is preparing for the swamp.
Everyone list your favorite celebrity.
Sure.
Just real fast, just do that. Just put your favorite celebrity down. Kyle and I obviously hate celebrities, so I'm kind of curious who your favorite celebrity is, or if you even have one.
If anyone has played this game, the reason I'm particularly proud of this is because we built it into the temple where you fight the big tree guy. We just used it as the foundation for the
We're like, wow, building. An ever-burning fire.
Right, yeah, and that's been my favorite part. Though, is building stuff like onto things that already exist in the game.
Phoenix Rising said Ryan Reynolds. Steve Buscemi?
Phoenix Rising is very straight. That's what I'm getting from that.
You are my favorite celebs. Maybe we should define what a celeb is, y'all. 20 people every Monday morning watching us stream is...
It's always great occasionally just finding loose wood. Just laying around.
They're so quirky. I like YouTubers more than I like celebrity. Where's the line? You can YouTubers with at least 1 million subs can be celebrities.
Celebrity is about like lifestyle and attitude, I think.
Lifestyle and attitude.
I mean, kind of supported by fame, but like there's plenty of YouTubers that are like they have a decent number of subscribers, but I wouldn't describe them as celebrities.
We were trying to like. So I hate like all I was telling Kyle about, you guys probably don't know any of it. So I'm on TikTok, which is my only reference for like whatever is happening with some celebrity that TikTok decides is like Kyle and I are pretty leftist, I guess.
I guess.
But like the one thing that still doesn't make sense is that leftist people still like celebrities, which I simply don't understand. at all. But the newest, like, drama that happened is, I don't know if you guys know who Lizzo is. She's, like, the very, very, like, body-positive black singer who sings a lot of very popular songs, especially on TikTok. And, there's a video of her. Meeting Chris Brown. I don't know if you know who any of these fucking people are.
I think people know who Chris Brown is.
The truth is that they're all irrelevant, but...
yeah.
She meets... So everyone really likes Lizzo. She's, like, very popular and stuff. Whatever. I wasn't gonna, like, say anything, because who cares? But then there's a video of her meeting Chris Brown, where she says he's her favorite person. And then everyone on TikTok got mad, right? Because that's a pretty shitty thing to say about someone who, like, publicly beat their spouse into, like, a near coma. And now people are mad at her. And, they should be or whatever. But it's always, like, baffling to me because, like, fucking, what did you expect? They're all besties up there. Like, how do you... Anyone who's, like, disappointed when they found out, like, a celebrity did not personally care about the people who, like, fund them but actually picks other celebrities, I'm like, yeah, duh.
Yeah.
Like, of course actual celebrities would prefer a different celebrity who beat his girlfriend than, like, you. Like, I still don't understand, like, what... Yeah, I just don't understand, like, what goes on in people's heads when they, like celebrities, Yeah. Like, how is it not been ruined for y'all?
It's because they're presented as actual, normal people, generally. Like, but yeah, I think I've just... You and I have specifically interacted with and had to think about, like, fame and celebrity culture and sort of the psychology behind what, like, being famous really is. And it changes people tremendously, more than anybody really wants to admit.
Allison says, I don't think that any snapshot into someone's life is ever going to be a good representation of their whole self. I completely agree. I do think that celebrities, the interesting thing about celebrities is we actually can kind of fully understand how a celebrity culture works, and it's the culture problem. Like, I don't know. It depends on it depends on a lot of understanding of how people would have to exist within the realm of which, like, they function, right? So your money, your home, your friends, the people you talk to. Celebrities are not living like we are. They're not. It's not not the same. They're doing other shit. They're not. I think celebrities are, like, so not like us. I'm trying to think of a good example. They're basically aliens.
When you're talking specifically about, like people in Hollywood or people who are paid, like, tremendous, like people whose lifestyle are, like, distinctly different, not like someone on YouTube that has 1 million subscribers, because that's, like, a normal thing at this point. I think is kind of the weird thing, is that used to there was this massive separation of just, like, everybody, and also rich famous people, and then that line got blurred a lot because now it turned into, like, this whole scale where you can be anywhere on that scale.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder to, like, pick out where that line is exactly.
Munabe, I don't remember how you say it, but it says, being leftist does not equal understanding parasocial relationships and how to not fall into them. Yeah. I agree, but, like, if you're, like, really far on the leftist, or even just a little far, you probably should have a pretty good understanding of the effects financial situations have on a person's, like, being. And if you're living in a different world than, like, other people, you can't possibly expect them to be anything like you. Like, the financial divide is way too big and the world is too different. I don't know. I guess I kind of wonder if people have ever, like, even kind of, like, stepped foot into what celebrity culture is like, like, met someone. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how the best way to describe how much meeting an actual celebrity does not feel like talking to a person because of how different their own, like, culture is around them.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't like a new concept, right? This isn't, we may not be communicating it well, but like there's things that, like,
I don't think lizard people are real.
like John Mulaney has a whole bit about how, like, remember about working with Mick Jagger on SNL, and people asking him if he was nice.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, no, he's Mick Jagger. He's a rock star. People give him everything that he wants.
That's true.
He's not nice. That's not a word. You can't be nice at that point.
Right.
He's been, like, had his name chanted and worshipped like he was a god by thousands of people at a time. And, like, yeah.
And
that's not a normal human existence. That's not how people are supposed to exist in relation to other people. It changes the way that you act and do anything.
And John Mulaney is a good example of how far removed you can be, because that's John Mulaney's experience with Mick Jagger, which would be very similar to anyone's experience with John Mulaney.
At this point, yeah. Now he's like a giant step away from, like, us. Like, if we tried to talk to him, it's gonna be the same, like, kind of gap. So yeah, fame is bad. Don't do it.
I said I don't believe in lizard people. Smalls isn't.
Wow, you ruined his day.
It's like fairies. If I say if they're not real, then they disappear forever. That's not what I meant by lizard people. I believe in D&D lizard people. I don't believe in space lizard people. Weirdly different.
So Starfinder lizard people?
Being that detached from the working class sounds like too much work anyway. I just, like, what do they do?
What do they do?
What do they fucking do? What are they doing?
Gus and Eddie on their podcast were reading off, who was it? I want to say it was Channing Tatum or somebody similar, his daily schedule or something like that.
Yeah.
Like that they found that was published online. And it was like, it was like, gets up at 2 a.m., exercises for 4 hours, does like Channing Tatum's, like, personal daily schedule or something.
What the fuck?
It was like then meetings from here to here, then scheduled in family time, then third breakfast or whatever, then golf, then, like, I don't know, like, this is like his daily, then bed by 7 o'clock. Mark Wahlberg, sorry, not Channing Tatum. One of the fist-faced people.
Wow. I just like, I don't know.
Oh, you're forgetting the hour of prayer. That's right. That was also a thing. Yeah, because it was like, I can't remember it, but it was something like 3:30 prayer, and then it was like 5 o'clock workout, and then it's like, wait, what's happening during that whole period of time?
Keith, absolutely nothing personal. Keith, you and I are the same, and I want you to know that I prefer you to just about anyone who has any celebrity. I prefer any non-celebrity to any celebrity, so I do not want people to take this personally. But you said the celebs that I really appreciate are the ones who specifically keep themselves out of that culture. Chris Pratt was one of them, and stated his goal was to use his game or name to do as many big movies as possible and make as much as he could, then retire and raise his kids. He doesn't live in Hollywood. He lives on a farm where he raised his kids. It's a good model. I think Chris Pratt should be hit by a bus. I hate that man. But I'm not really sure it has anything to do with his, like... It has a lot to do with his celebrityness, but Chris Pratt is a walking red flag to, like, any woman who has ever fucking existed.
So much.
This man married someone that he really, truly loved and cared about back when he was, like, a fat, goofy kid. And she loved and she cared about him, and they had a good relationship, and they were adorable. And then Chris Pratt got into shape. Got actually famous with Marvel movies. Started stating his stupid political opinions on Twitter like an asshole. And then became ultra religious. Left his wife for someone else. And divorced and, like, separate. You know what? Dude, Dude I can tell Chris Pratt is a piece of shit. Easy.
Is he married
Easy.
to a really young woman yet? That's usually the next step.
He started dating someone from his, like, Hill Country Bible Church or whatever, the like, you know, the church for famous people, which should be a big fucking red flag if you think about it even a little bit, that there is a whole ass church designated to, like, the extremely rich and famous that praises you for having money and also is openly against gay people. And Chris Pratt is like, well, my views are different from the church.
That I attend every single week and support with my money.
Do not like Chris Pratt.
Phoenix Rising says, be more like Jack Black, kids. Yes. That I think, pending, you know, any revelations, that probably is a good one. Like, there's a few that you can kind of pick out. I think we had this conversation recently, and we settled on the best celebrity is probably Hugh Jackman. I think that's the one that we were like, this is probably the most okay one.
Small says, I love that Allison says, why do people care about celebs, and then lists a dude's entire damn history like she knows this is celeb. I can't just dislike people. Well, I don't feel like you did. I can't dislike people without understanding the things they do.
Yeah.
You know, like, I have to understand how celeb culture works, how celebrities are so disillusioned with the reality of things, how their relationships are garbage, how their political and religious opinions develop, that I can be like, what the fuck? What is going on over there? What are y'all doing?
The crazy thing is that, like, the mentality of, so when I was talking about, like, the mentality part,
is not poggers.
there's, like, the mental part of, like, the way that celebrities act and the power that they have are weirdly also, like, distinctly separated from each other, and they both fuel each other, so you will find those two aspects of a person together often. But what I'm getting at is that sometimes you can find them separate. Like, you can have somebody in the celebrity position of power who isn't a piece of shit, like maybe Hugh Jackman. Or, inversely, you can find people really lower down, you know, by whatever stupid hierarchy was invented in the film industry, who still act the same way.
Right.
And we've also had to deal with all of those people, which is where a lot of our, like, opinions on celebrity culture come from, because we've met people who were like, if you're like this now, you would be terrifying with money. Like, if you had money and power and influence, you would be such a problem, because you don't have that now, and you already act like this.
Yeah, I mean, I think any culture that teaches people that they are distinctly separate and special from other people is sort of a problem. I think Christianity is like a small version of that. I think celeb culture is an obvious, large, public version of that.
The film industry promotes it. It's just
any
another example.
Industry that it's the same example as celeb culture.
Well, I mean, it's tight. Like, celeb culture is a result of the way, like, the film and the music industry teach people to value themselves. I think
anything that teaches you that you are better, different, separate than everyone else because of some sort of factor that applies to you and only other groups of people like you creates a divide in your brain that could only ever have some kind of effect. I mean, like, it's just different. Like, and when you find groups of people who are only like you, who only do what you do, it's the way that divides people, I think, is like one of the most problematic elements of society, and it happens with religious people, it happens with celebrity people, it happens with rich people.
Yeah.
The idea is that they get so far removed from a normal person that they have to find people within their own groups that can satisfy their need to be made, like,
important
and valuable.
True biggest problem always ends up just being isolation, doesn't it? And there's, like, nothing more...
like a normal person.
Yeah, there's nothing more isolating than being the richest person in the world when it comes down to it.
Someone said something about Hugh Jackman and Jack Black, and I think it's because, you know, not all anything just means that it doesn't negate a systematic issue, but that there are individual people who are probably not problematic. I don't know anything about Hugh Jackman. I like him based on what I can tell, because he's a musical theater nerd. That basically takes roles and then fucks off. He just goes home to his probably not famous wife.
Well, he just hasn't done the things that's like they you know.
Who's his wife?
They kind of start negative and then you have to build your way up. Hugh Jackman isn't married to a 25-year-old woman. He's
There's definitely red
doesn't
flags.
make a bunch of weird Twitter post, he even movie role choice is pretty telling, right? Like he very clearly cares about like it like from the art perspective. Pretty sure he still lives in Australia and isn't necessarily living in like Beverly Hills in Hollywood.
He's Australian. Who is this person? Australian actress and producer.
And the thing is too, I like we're not even like hating on these people like they're the villains. I usually feel bad for most of them at the same time as not liking them because I know that they got ground through this system that beats all of the good things out of you, right?
I think it's just I'm just trying to explain how it makes more sense for a celebrity to like someone who beat the shit out of a woman until she was basically in a coma because they are in the same financial and environmental status than it would be for her to like a normal, not celebrity person.
Because even if they're terrible, you can relate to them.
All of them are probably like that. That's what makes sense. That's just how that go. That's just how that be do, you know? People are always told to like be within their whatever group it is, and there's less harmful versions of it. But generally, it's a really stupid way to be, because people will be more forgiving of the people more like them and less forgiving of anyone not like them.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, Lizzo's gonna be besties with, like, probably, like, a handful of people who have murdered people. Celebs can just, like, buy their way out of, like, crimes or whatever. Did we figure out, like, who's the Kardashian?
Pretty regularly.
The not Kardashian, Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner. She literally just, like, murdered people. She just, like, ran them over with her car years ago.
Yeah.
They could just do that, yo. They're gonna be besties with each other. I don't know, like... If I ran someone over with my car, I would only want to be friends with other people who had done shit like that. So that I could be validated and less called out constantly, not have to have a conscience, you know? Like, that's what I would look for. So I'm not going to put it past other people.
Alright, let's get some push the buttons.
I'm just saying. It's also, I was part of like a very mild religious cult for the same reason.
Yeah,
they were like,
actually, yeah.
They were like, we're fucking built
That's
different. Hang
works.
out with us. Like, we're the people to be around. And I'm like, okay. Better than all those plebs out there who don't have Christ or whatever. It's just...
Yeah.
Hang out with people different than you, who don't commit murder, but do steal from Walmart. That's all I'm saying. I feel like I've ignored some comments.
Phoenix Rising said Steve Irwin and Hugh Jackman are proof that Australia can just be built different. I won't argue with that. Steve Irwin, I don't even consider like the thing, what he was overrides everything we're talking about.
Is Jack
Steve Irwin
is even a celebrity, or did he just do like 4 movies?
He actually did quite a few movies, I think.
Just 45 plus. Oh, I forgot he was in Jumanji, which is a pretty big Hollywood.
Steve Irwin was a god among men.
Kung Fu Panda. Yeah, Steve Irwin was great. Steve Irwin was, I guess, famous, but not a celebrity. I don't think he was a celebrity. Let's see. There were other comments. Addison says, all this kind of stuff really makes me lose faith in humanity. I honestly can't even see a way to stop or change it for good in some way, so I just feel stuck. Just, yeah, that's true, but also just hang out with, like, good, cool people. That'll help a lot. Just, like, vibe. Vibe with some people. Light just says Judaism?
That could have been in response to anything. Probably the context of that is long since passed.
I'm just trying to figure out the context for that. Just that single word question. Kerrigan says, I don't think it's a problem for people to be different, only when they consider themselves better than others. Yeah, I think celebs are literally trained to believe that they're better than other people.
We talked about this recently, too, as part of our conversation, which is that celebrities who try to pretend like they are normal people also feels weird. Right? It's like you have to be able to have enough self-awareness to know that you're in a different place and you are living a different life than most people are, but then to also not think yourself better because of it.
Also,
I think
as,
that's
like,
the key.
As an example of conditioning for this, just on our experiences with like Skyvault and stuff, people don't like walk up to you and start like bowing and are like, "Oh my god, you're so good, I love what you do." It's like Kyle and our actors were literally oh god, what's it called? They were escorted everywhere they went. They had full umbrella service, food service. There was nothing they would ever have to get up.
I wasn't even thinking about this. You're so right. I completely forgot that this was part of the experience.
And these are just totally normal people. They have done like, you know, plays.
What was it? We showed up and people were
they
like...
did like plays, like in high school. Talking
over their radios like creators have arrived. Like we need to... Like I'm not like literally. They were referring to us as like creators are on set. We need to get like all this stuff set up. They would like bring food over. I
talked about this before, but I said I
hated it.
I was not talking to anyone except myself and Ricky quietly, and I said, I don't have a chair. And Ricky was like, "Oh, okay." And I swear, one dude 20 feet away like side-eyes me with his little like microphone. He's like, "We need chairs for creator number 3." And I'm like, no, it's fine. And when I say they were booking it, I mean like full like to go grab me a chair so I could sit down. I didn't even write Skyvault. I just like designed some of the characters and props and shit, and I mean, so like it's not that people walk up and are like, "You're better than everyone, I love you so much."
No, they just treat you like you are.
You're just conditioned.
They decide you are, and they treat you differently.
And that was on Skyvault. Imagine that times like 50 every day for the rest of your life about literally anything you ever do.
Yeah, like if you were actually like a rock star, if you're actually a performer, some kind of talent that people decide they need and that is important to exist on their set, like. I can't imagine. You should
probably scroll down.
It was gross the way people treated us. I hated all of it.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. And it just made me realize, like, okay, this is what the conditioning kind of looks like, right? It's not like people walk up and say how great you are. It's literally that they don't give you a chance to not think that, like, you're the most important person there.
Push the button. Allison could run over anyone she wants, gets no jail time, but her soul stays there.
I actually have very little desire to literally murder anyone. I would punch quite a few people. I'd also allow other people to punch people. I would even allow people to potentially murder someone, but I wouldn't do it.
Honestly, when I visit you guys in Texas, I want you to know I fully expect you to help me shoplift from Walmart.
Small things.
Small things.
Glue, nail polish, a pen maybe. You hurt no one.
Push the button. Allison can punch celebs,
crime.
but has to become a celeb to do so. I think that's part of it, right? You get allowed into the celebrity fighting rings probably when you become.
There's no such thing as infiltrating from the inside, guys.
That's also true.
It's not real. It doesn't work. It's not real.
Work.
It's not real.
Surprise! Indoctrination groups are real good at indoctrinating you, even if you think you're gonna get them back.
Yeah, no.
Doesn't work on cults, doesn't work on the film industry.
Keith says, "See, that's exactly how Christianity should not be. Hang with us because we're different. It's supposed to be Christians out among the world with people. I hang out with all kind of folks."
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah, so, but it inherently can't be that. Very, very sorry. Christianity is designed to separate you from other people.
The Western Christian church can't be that way. I feel like if you practice Christianity more in, like, a classical way, it probably would be fine.
No one understands the classical way of Christianity. The Bible's been
just imitate Jesus like what it says to do. If he seems actually pretty straightforward, that just ends up getting turned into attend church every Sunday and pay tithes and listen to your pastor and join small groups.
You mean Jesus?
You know, like Jesus did.
The ultimate radical leftist Jesus.
Yes.
Who is against all forms of, like, church functionality. Jesus was against, like, religion. He was like straight up, like, if he
very vocally.
Right. Like, it's super weird to me that things like Joel Osteen is, like, the big example, but even just, like, small-scale versions, like, If Jesus walked into, like, my Lutheran church, he'd be like, the fuck is this,
Yeah.
y'all?
Yeah.
I specifically requested the opposite of this.
Yes, literally did.
Autumn says, I honestly hate getting that treatment. I get it everywhere I go, and it really sucks. Yeah, okay. It's because Autumn is actually a world-famous moderator.
Imagine the worst picture of you ever taken that you hate looking at, right?
Okay.
And now like you at your lowest moment.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine somebody makes a religion of you and they put that picture on the altar of every single religious institution, and then put that on Jesus walking in and seeing himself literally nailed to the thing that murdered him.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty messed up, right?
Yeah, I think everyone, like, every edgy Christian has definitely had that thought of, like, should we wear the murder weapon?
And yet it never changes.
The cross is a very aesthetic thing, so...
I'm not even talking about the cross, I'm talking about the full Catholic Church, like, with the statue of him, like, on it, right? Like, the whole visual...
Oh.
All put together.
Alpha says, the Judaism was in response to groups that feel superior to other groups. I don't know shit about Judaism, so I can't answer that. I will say, though...
I don't disbelieve you.
I will say that...
Religions, you know?
I feel like I would know. Like, I feel like it would have made its way around if Judaism was, like, the one where it specifically makes people feel separate and better than other people.
Well, he is from Israel, so it's probably a bigger cultural influence there than it is here in Texas.
That's for you to decide then, my dude, because...
We have the Christians. They're the ones that do that here.
I'm gonna stay in my lane. I don't know shit about Judaism. Imagine if Jesus was run over by a cart, so the symbol of Christianity was a wheel.
It'd be much harder to pick out
That'd
from
be
other
also
stuff.
pretty aesthetic. I don't know why. It could also be a whip. I mean, there's a lot of things it could be. He was beat the fuck down, dude. Yeah, I have a lot of things. I spend a lot of time researching any and everything about Christianity. Like, too much time. Like, an upsetting amount of time for someone who is not Christian anymore. And I'm not Christian because I did this, but there's like I was gonna say something. What was I gonna say? I think it was up here. It was relatively important.
Good save. Phoenix tries to give us push the button also.
Okay, that's fine. I simply forgot what it was, I think.
No, I lost it. Oh, he said you have pushed the button, you have your own personal assistant, but they're only allowed to give you chairs. A personal chair.
Sorry, I'm not against personal assistants, bruh. I'll have a personal assistant.
Well, yeah, because you can have personal assistant as a job, right? It's a human being that you pay to take care of things that you can't. You don't have to treat them like a slave. That's not the inherent relationship requirement.
If I ever had the money, I would definitely hire a cook. That's what I would do. Like a dietitian, like an in-home dietitian.
If I were ever gonna like have enough money and be willing to pay someone to do something like that for me, cooking probably would be the thing. Just because I'm not good at it and I don't like doing it, and it would be great to have good food sitting around. But like I would be like friends, you know. Like I'm not gonna. I guess that's the difference. Is like there's always that vibe of like the you know. The weird, I don't know, the weird European colonization servant relationship thing is still back in history, and I feel like influences the way people behave now, and it's so weird.
I know what I was gonna say. I was on TikTok, and there was one person that was like, it was a prompt question thing that goes around on TikTok, like Ask Reddit kind of things, and someone was like, what's the worst thing God has ever done, or something like that? And this chick responded, and she was like, I think it's really horrible how God created a bunch of children and then punished them eternally for the rest, just like damned them eternally, but then gave them a condition to not be punished eternally as long as his favorite son had to die a painful, miserable, horrible death in return for them to not have to then suffer for the rest of their lives.
A plus parenting.
A plus parenting. I agree. I think it's really weird having been not like not anything and then becoming religious and then becoming unreligious, but then caring more about theology than I did when I was religious.
Yeah.
And the perspective that it develops, at least for me, speaking to people and being like, damn, we got this all wrong. Like, all of it. Like, it's all bad, dude. Not like Christianity, but, I mean, yes, Christianity, but also just, like, everything about it. Like, it's like, I don't know. It's, I'm trying to think of, like, a good analogy, which I'm inherently terrible at. Like, someone at some point should go watch all of these and collect every stupid analogy I've ever made.
And put it together into a coherent lecture.
Yeah, because it's, I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think of a good thing, but it's, Christianity is the end result of something that rotted, like, so long ago, that it's just like, wow, this thing that I'm looking at now sucks, and it must suck because of what it really truly is and originated as, and it's like, no. We don't actually know what the fuck it was. It's all, it's 2020. When the fuck was Jesus around? It's been ruined, guys. It's not what it was when it was made.
Nobody else reached enlightenment more recently that we could go talk to. Gotta reference all these really old spiritual leaders. Somebody get on that. somebody else discover the secrets of the universe now, so we can get a modern book about it.
Allison says, I think I subscribe most to Satanism. It's honestly a very understanding ideology. Satanists in my state have decided to fight for my rights, and so, like, whatever, dude. They got me on board, right? They were like, hey, I will make sure that you have your rights at the end of the day, and I'm like, bro, I didn't know I needed that, bro. I didn't know that y'all were just gonna do that like that. Take my money.
Yeah. All right, thank you guys for tuning in to our extra special hour-and-a-half episode.
It took me a long time. It took me a long time to rant about something stupid,
That's
but
true.
I successfully, poorly ranted about stupid things.
What was I gonna say? Oh, as part of the new channel stuff, I would still like to pay someone a little bit of money to organize this channel for me. By which I mean, like, going in and titling and adding descriptions and maybe slapping together really okay thumbnails for all of these unlabeled episodes of Okay, We're Up. Just because otherwise it's gonna be work that I don't want to do. I'm willing to hand somebody else money to do it. So if anybody who watches these regularly and is familiar with the show is interested in doing it, hit me up on Discord, because
Keith, I will look up your recommendation. I'll do it. If I see your comment, I'll look him up.
And you can expect some new videos here and on the studio channel before too long. And we will be back on Friday with another stream. We're not going to stop the stream, so we're going to also be publishing videos. That's the plan. We're doing both. So yeah. Anything else?
My stomach never stopped hurting.
That makes sense.
That's probably why I couldn't think well today.
All right, bye everybody.
I have very articulate thoughts on these, but just not now.
That's why the morning shows are fun.
Come back in like 4 hours. I will be...
She'll be on the Discord as always. If you're new to the show, check that out. There's a link in the description. And we'll see you guys Friday. Bye.
Bye.